Perfect. Okay, so Tom has something to present to us today, so we can all kind of listen to him, and at the end, if we have time, we'll answer questions. Take it away, Tom.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday afternoon call. It's June 14th, 2023. The years are going by as fast as days now, and we're halfway through this year. And what we've been doing, as you know, on Thursday nights, everybody has been going over the procedures, step 1, 2, 3, 4. And everybody that joined, you know that you need to modify your pages, and the way you want to do it is modify the first page, the wine, for example, fine wines delivered to your door, and then advertise it. Well, I've noticed that although everything is repeated over and over again, there's one thing that is not really mentioned very much, and that is exactly how to advertise, what you can say and what you cannot say. And a lot of people don't even think about that. You know, they see Rory put up a nice, fast advertisement, which is great. You want to keep it, indirect when you're doing advertisements. In other words, you don't want to put the product or services website up there in the advertisement. You want to make sure everybody goes to your web page, your blogging system, to the product that you're advertising. And therefore, what I want to do today is go over how to exactly what to say and what not to say when you are developing your advertisements. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. First of all, I want to get rid of this, share my screen.
While you're doing that, Tom, who is Galaxy? Can you unmute and give me your name, please?
That's John Cody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, are we all set?
We are. Thank you.
Okay, so here we go. What to say and what not to say when advertising. Now, what I want to tell you is that the following is specific to Bella Vita. I've taken it from Bella Vita, but you can utilize it for anything when it's appropriate. Okay? Now, you want to be careful when mentioning testimonials. First of all, you want to get permission from the people that you are using their testimonials. Okay, because sometimes you'll see a lot of testimonials around the website, so that is important that you get their personal approval. Okay. Second, you have to understand that their testimonials are just their opinions. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. Just because a product or services help them, basically a product, like losing weight or getting a better sleep, or they gave them more energy, it doesn't prove that it will do the same for everyone. So you have to be really careful on how that is stated. I'm going slow and I'm emphasizing this because I want it to sink into your heads that you really, really want to see what you're saying. You want to see each word. You don't want to go by sentences. You want to see each word and see what the implications are of those words. So when sharing your testimonial, it's important to include a clear disclosure of your affiliation, in this case with Bella Vita, as a Bella Vita independent member or independent contractor. Now, this was mentioned to us on one of the Bella Vita calls. So this is what I'm relaying to you, because it can, you can miss out on a lot of things being said. So by doing so, you ensure transparency and compliance with legal and ethical guidelines. This disclosure not only promotes honesty and integrity, but also helps others understand the context and credibility of your testimonials. All right, remember, providing accurate information about your relationship with Velavita enhances the authenticity and reliability of your testimonial. In other words, they know that you know what you're talking about, right? You're not just guessing and just picking things out of the air and, saying it because of what somebody else said. But you have your own being a member of Velavita and DTCA, also an SHG. So think twice before putting words on any social media site too, because once there, they are there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can see it. So you want to make sure that you know what you're saying and have it done. Write it down on Word document first. Look at it, read it, make sure, read it over and over again before you put it up there. Okay, the two types of claims. Two types of claims you have to be really, really careful with. Okay. First of all, the medical claims. And of course, we're talking about Velavita here, especially, but also, when it comes to wine too, you want to be really careful. All right, and the other type of claims are income claims and lifestyle claims. And that one is very easy to get excited about and say things that may not be 100% accurate. So you want to really, really think about what you're saying and how you word it. So in reference to medical claims, okay, so I'm going to be reading all of this because there's a lot of information and you can follow along. In reference to the medical claims of what not to say, medical claims, especially when you're advertising the Velavita products. All right, Velavita products cannot be promoted as preventing, curing, or treating any medical conditions or diseases, nor can they be used as a replacement for pharmaceutical medical treatments. Okay, this may seem obvious, but you want to make sure you don't do this. You want to make sure you don't say that it prevents something. This is because Velavita products fall under the category of dietary supplements. And all dietary supplements are not regulated or approved by the regulatory bodies such as the FDA for the treatment of prevention of specific diseases. Okay, now to repeat, while Velavita products may offer various health benefits, it is not essential to understand that they are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any medical condition. Okay, it is always advisable to consult with a qualified healthcare professional for appropriate medical advice and treatment. And you know that we have, Velavita has their own doctor now on Thursday nights, at least once a month, that you can send people to if anybody ever approaches you and wants to really know the nitty-gritty, because we don't know, we're not doctors, but we do have one in Velavita that can answer all their questions. So you just have to look for that notification in Skype when he'll be on, which we have in there today, actually. So here are some examples of what not to say. Okay, brain can treat Alzheimer's disease. We can't say that. Zleem or Tune cured my insomnia. Now, some people may, say that it has, but let them say it, but don't you put that down in writing. Okay, I'm off of my antidepressants and anxiety medication because of Zleem and Tune. That's all misleading. So you want to make sure that you don't say that. Bella Vita products made my migraines go away. We hear a lot of people actually say that. That would be great. It would make my migraines go away, but it doesn't work for everybody. And, if a person no longer gets headaches, maybe there are other factors that are involved with that too, to prevent them from getting headaches, so be careful with that. I used to have pain in my joints. And now after using Bella Vita products, I no longer have muscle aches. Well, when these first came out, in the conference, I think it was in Texas, people first got their, their Tune. And they were saying, oh, how great it was. Now my pain's gone away and everything. Well, again, you don't want to say that. Okay. You really have to be more general in the way you approach it and think words are powerful, and one word can make a big difference. So you want to make sure, again, that you understand the meaning of the words that you're using. I have diabetes and had high blood pressure before taking Bella Vita products. Now, after taking Bella Vita products, my blood pressure is stable. Well, you know how many people in the world have diabetes and would just love to take one product and get rid of it? It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. It would be really, really great if it did. But because this is not authorized by the FDA, regulated, you can't say it even if it was true. Now, I want to make it explicitly clear that we never, under any circumstances, use children in any of our marketing materials. At Bella Vita, they uphold the highest standards of ethical conduct and the well-being and safety of children, and they are the utmost importance to them. Now, they believe, and we do too, in promoting their products responsibly, and that includes strictly adhering to guidelines that safeguard children's rights. And you even see that on YouTube when you're putting up your YouTube videos. They say, "Is this children appropriate for children?" And you want to say no. Just cover your bases that way. Their commitment to integrity and social responsibility extends to all aspects of their business and our business. Ensuring a trustworthy and respectful environment for everyone. Now, this goes for all our products and services, so everything. Remember that. Don't mention children under any circumstances. Okay? Now, since taking Brain Daily, I've been feeling happier. My mood has improved and I feel more energized during the day. Well, I take Brain when I'm doing my BRTs and everything, and it does help me out. It actually, for me, it makes my eyes get more focused. And boy, I need more focus with my eyes, but it just seems to magnify and make things more clear for me. But still, you want to, if you say that, you can remember mention it's, this is just your opinion. That's your testimony. It doesn't mean it'll work for everybody. Same with Zleem. Zleem promotes better sleep. It's designed to do that. But if somebody is really bad with insomnia, it still may not help them. Zleem helps me relax so I can get to sleep. Well, in my situation, I'll be glad if that helps me sleep. But if I get to sleep, it'll be for about an hour if I'm lucky, due to conditions, and then it doesn't work anymore.
You're getting some emails back.
Okay. So, plus helps support weight maintenance. Okay. It helps support weight maintenance. So, that's okay. But again, you want to be more, general. Youth keeps my skin looking healthy. My husband says I'm glowing. Well, that's okay. I'm feeling younger and healthier since I started taking youth on a regular basis with my healthy diet and exercise routine. Okay, before taking brain, I would always get tired around 2 p.m. and would reach for a sweet or a salty snack from the office vending machine for a pick-me-up. Again, those are all your own personal testimonies. Now, since taking brain, my energy has been great. And now when I'm feeling sluggish, I reach for brain instead of a candy bar, and I feel great. Again, these are all your own testimonies. I had been feeling run down and low energy and brain fog for years. Then I was introduced to Tune Resonate by Velavita. Okay, after wearing Tune Resonate, something has changed. I noticed that I have had more energy during the day, feel more balanced and stable during my workouts, and have better control over my actions, and find myself making healthier choices throughout the day. Again, you're talking about yourself, which is okay to do. I also feel like I have been getting a better quality of sleep and feeling more rested in the morning. Okay. What you can actually say, about the products that we have and the not only Velavita, again, the wine, but again, this is more geared towards Velavita, and there's more products there too. So what you can say is, since taking brain daily, I've been feeling happier. My mood has improved, and I have feel more energized during the day. Did I just go over these? I think I did. Something happened there. Youth keeps me looking, and before taking brain, I'd always get tired around 2. We already did that. So let's see where we are. If we manage to go backwards.
Goodness.
Again,
I think what actually happened is that, you had it there, but you didn't have the title at the top. So you kind of went over them, but didn't have the title. That's why I'm looking at it thinking, are you still doing what you can or can't say? So
this is what you can say now. And the thing is, I have to keep moving the Zoom, pictures and everything every time I go up and down.
Oh, yeah.
So again, these are things now that you can say. Now, let's go to income claims. Always what not to say when it comes to the income claims. We got our brand new boat for free with Velavita, and so can you. In just 3 short months, I have already made twice last year's income. Do you want to make $1,000 to $2,000 per month working part-time from your phone? I make more money working with Velavita than I ever did with a regular job. Okay, you cannot make those claims. You can't say that. Even if it's true, it's only for you. It's not necessarily going to be for every single person that joins Velavita or DTC or PBS. So no matter what you're promoting, you can't say that. What you can say, income claims for income claims. Becoming a part of the Velveeta community taught me the discipline I needed and helped me grow both as a person and as an entrepreneur. Message me if you would like to learn more about how hard work, dedication, and determination can help you build a foundation for a greater future. Over the last so many years, I've been able to live my life to the fullest with my family because of Velveeta. No matter what your schedule is, whether you are looking for a part-time or a full-time commitment, if you put in the time and hard work into your business on a regular basis, you can reach your goals. Consistency is key. So these are things that you can say. Now, in conclusion, although the majority of this presentation came from and pertained to Velveeta, you can apply the basic principles to DTCA or any other product or service that you're marketing. The following table serves as a reference to differentiate between ineffective and effective approaches in advertising. We hear Rory mention the name Jim Rohn many times. So Jim Rohn's principles emphasize honesty, respect, clarity, positivity, and providing value to customers. That's why he keeps referencing Jim Rohn. Now, what not to say or do in advertising, and what can be said or done in advertising. First one, what not to say: exaggerated claims and false promises. What you can say is you can be honest and accurate with your information, right? What not to say: don't be vague and make confusing statements. Be clear and concise in your communication. This is both talking to people and also advertising. Don't be negative and fear-based tactics. Don't use negativity, and don't say things like, if you don't take, this now, your situation could get worse. You don't want to say that. Things like that. You want to be positive and inspiring messages. You want to put all that out there. Always be positive. And there's all different backgrounds, so you want to make sure you're not using overly technical jargon. The words that you say really should be a 5-year-old should be able to understand what you're saying. So, if a 5-year-old can understand what you're saying, then anybody older than that will understand what you're saying. So you want to be simplified, have your explanations and benefits as easy to understand as possible. Then don't have lack of proof or credibility. If you're going to do something, you can provide testimonials and evidence and writing that shows and backs up what you say. Now, you don't want to use unoriginal and uninspiring content. You want to make sure that it's unique and captivating and a storytelling. Again, if you can use yourself as an example, people always like to hear about other people's lives and situations. So you want to make sure that it's unique in your writing and you can captivate the people with the words that you say. Use power words. Okay. And don't focus only on the features. Remember, it's the benefits that sell. Highlight customers' benefits and outcomes. Not always what they want, but what they need. A lot of times people buy things because of what they want, because it looks good, flashy, or whatever it is. But we want to make sure that the people understand the benefits of all our products and services, right? So one final note, and it comes down to this. When advertising, it's important to be creative and responsible. Be genuine, don't lie, and understand who you're trying to reach. The age group especially, or male or female. Focus on being unique and respectful, and think about what your customers want and you know that they need. So by following the guidelines presented to you today, you can create ads that connect with people, build trust, and make your brand successful in the long run. Your PBS system. Thank you. That's it.
Thanks, Tom. That was great. And it was nice having the kid around that background music as well. Well, that was
You
very
like
good.
that?
Yeah, you know what, kid adds a variety, so that's good. Perfect. That was excellent information, Tom. Good for all of us to take note of that when we're advertising, and just remembering not to make those medical claims, but we can make personal claims. You know, saying, you know, it's helped me, but we don't know how it's going to affect you. But this is what has helped me. So it's so important to remember this stuff. So, does anyone have any questions?
Okay.
You guys are awful quiet today.
Yeah.
Before and during, I think it's a lazy, hazy, crazy day of summer.
I
Something
think
like
it's
that.
been, yeah, so far. That was a great presentation, Tom. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I hope that you really understand the importance of words. You know, it's not just throwing something up there and saying, oh, it's great. You know, you got to see this, you know, got to back up what you're saying, why you're saying it, and what benefit will come. And again, the AIDA in advertising, you grab their attention, you grab their interest, then you get their desire to see what you want, and you tell them to take action by going to your website. Yes, Connie.
Hi, Tom.
Howdy.
Great information. I think this is awesome. I think that this would be great for everybody in Triple R to kind of rehash this, because I think we forget about when we're posting ads, because I've seen some ads out there that they're giving so much information that they don't even need to go to the person's website.
Yep.
Because it's all in the ad.
Yeah.
So I just think that this is great. So I thank you so much for it.
You're welcome. You know, there's different types of ads you can, and I've recently put one out for the essay for actually showed it, but you can put things out that are a little longer, as long as you're creating the interest of that product for the people. You know, you can do short ads that don't take up much space, but you want to also give them enough interest and information to want to read even more about it. It doesn't matter how much you have, but you want to leave them with that, oh, wow, that's awesome. What else, you know, can it do? You know, so you get them to your page. Remember, advertising is always, the premise of it is to get people to your website, your blog page, your blog site, and that particular product. And then, of course, from there, it can go from one to another to another.
Yep. And as we all remember from the Keystone video, doesn't matter how you get them there, it's a matter of getting them there, and then they'll see everything else you have.
Right.
The
It's
marketing
just,
helps.
that's one of the doors that you have there to get the people to your website. And
Yep.
so you have your other modes, you know, your social media, Facebook and Pinterest and all of those, Instagram, but also in when you're talking to people face to face, you want to keep that same information and in front of you. You don't want to over elaborate where, especially when we're new, we get very excited and we want to blurt everything out. And even if things work for you, you still have to understand that everybody's different. And you've got to make them understand that what you're saying is applicable to you. The possibilities are there for them also. However, they would have to experience it for themselves. Any other questions? Again, it's pretty self-explanatory. Again, just don't even think about children, whether you're children or not. Just don't even bother. Just better off just staying away from that aspect of it, of advertising. There's plenty to be said about the product or service, and without having to use, children in any way. Titles are important. Remember that the titles are the first step in people becoming interested in what you have. So make your titles, your headlines stand out. Remember to use your keywords in your title when possible, and mostly all the time. Because the keywords are, remember, what people are looking for. And if it's in your title, then it's more likely to show up when they do type that in. And then you can use it within also the description of your ad. That's important to understand and remember too. Good. Anything else? Any other contributions from any of us that are here? Anybody have any others input?
But just remember, it takes people, 7 times of looking at something before they actually purchase. So don't think that your ads are not doing anything out there. Be patient with them, especially if you're just starting out, because you may not see immediate results. And if you put 2 different ads in 2 different places, you can compare the clicks for the first week and see which one works the best.
And that's what's so great about our Ascension marketing, because then they're able to see what we're saying from thousands of other people too. So you're right, Donna. 7 times with emphasis equals 1 time of retention. So you can't be disappointed if you don't get any results the first time. You just got to keep putting it out and out and out, get it in front of the eyes. Just like when you're watching television and you see the advertisements, a new advertisement comes along and you, oh, great, my time to go wash the dishes, time to, do this, that, or other thing, then you see it another time. And then you ignore it. Then 2 or 3, 4, 7 times, or then at some point in the future, that's why you see the same ads every single day, especially from lawyers, But there's one point in your life that you're going to need that product, and being in front of you, you say, "Oh, I remember that, and let me check that out." And you check it out, and all of a sudden you see one of somebody's ad that is in our organization, and they'll click on that. It could be your ad so that they click on. It's just a matter of which one they decide to choose at that time. They don't know who they're contacting when they check it out, but this is the same way.
One problem I have with something you said, Tom, you said when you're watching TV, but none of us watch TV because all of us are working, right?
Right. That's right. When.
That's right. If Lori, you have something to say or a question, go ahead.
I kind of do, and I'm so sorry that I got here a little bit late today. I came in about 10 minutes late. I was just finishing up some calls, but so you might have covered this, and I don't want to repeat, but I just want to remind everybody how
That's right.
important it is.
Repetition is a good teacher.
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody, this is a great training, but I want to remind everybody that when you are doing your pages and you are doing your ads, it's something that Kim and I have been going over and over and over again. And for some reason, it's just not sticking with a lot of people. Do not use brand names. So you're
Yeah,
not going
that's
to
good
use the
remember.
name Velavita.
Right.
You're not going to use the name DTCA. You're not going to use the brand names like Shold It and
Right.
things like that. You're going to
Correct.
use the generic description of the product.
Mhm.
And there's many reasons for that. One of them is
Mhm.
when we have to unplug something and plug something else in, just like we've done with Savings Highway Global. You know, it's going to be a
Wine,
lot
savings wine,
harder.
right? Yep.
Right. It's gonna be a lot harder to do the plug and play, but also if you put that in your ad, guys, you've
You have a
pretty much
potential
cut
of losing
yourself
them.
out. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
cutting them out of the equation because you gave them the name brand. They're gonna go look up that name brand and
Yep.
not go to your website.
I do that all the
So
time.
yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
You know?
yeah, so do I. But for some reason that just tends to not be sticking. And I don't know if you touched on it today or not,
No,
but
no,
No,
you didn't.
actually, I didn't.
So
okay,
that's
I
actually
just
great,
wanted
Lori. I
to
appreciate
like
we appreciate bringing
reiterate.
that up for sure.
Yep,
Yeah,
great
that's
point.
I just know
that's
that we've
excellent.
been struggling, like getting that, and like Tom says, repetition is the mother of all learning. And so even though we've been going over it, it is still not sticking. I'm still seeing you guys put stuff in ads, and maybe not you specifically, but all of us as a group. I'm seeing our ads out there, and you guys are still using brand names. Don't do that.
Yeah, you're taking away from yourself. Yep,
Ah,
that's great. Absolutely, I appreciate that, Lori. We wasn't mentioned today, so that's good. That helps a lot for sure.
yeah, that's a very, very good point. That's the easiest way to lose a customer is to put the product's name out there. Again, understand what you're saying and why you're saying it. The object is to get people to your website. If you put a product name out there or brand name, the people are going to think, well, there's the name. Why should I go to so-and-so's site
The
when I can
mystery is
bypass the middleman and go right to the product?
Yeah, you want to keep it a little mysterious. Think about going fishing, right? You want that title and that little blurb of an ad to be your bait to get them to come back to your website.
Yep.
And bait makes it sound kind of shady, but it's not. That's the whole purpose, guys. You want them to see everything else you have anyway.
Yeah. You want to create the
So
interest.
exactly. The intrigue, the mystery to it. You want to give them just enough that they're interested, like Tom says, but you want to set that hook that makes them need to go for more.
Tantalize them.
Yes.
Say, oh, and that's the same with the title of your website too, your blog. We want to have it so that when people see what it is, they can say, interesting, let me check it out, see what's inside there. Again, all these doors, just like Joel said before, all the different doors to get into your website, it all is to get the people to your business blogging site. So don't do anything that'll make the people go outside of your website or go someplace else.
Right. This is the one time, guys, that you don't want to give them all the information they need.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Love the teamwork here, guys.
That's who we are.
Very good. Any other questions or suggestions? Input? I mean, like I said, this is something that isn't always talked about in detail, and you can just get sidetracked and do things that can get into the shady area of legality, and you want to just be careful. Don't want to frighten you about writing ads, but when you're starting off, especially, just KISS, and
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Silly.
I
Keep it simple, silly.
yeah. There's different words to use. That's why I was stuttering. But just keep it simple, salesperson. And I can't help that. But anyway, yeah, just do the basics, get the create the interest, the desire, and get them to your website to read more about it. And then at your from your website, you can direct them to the actual product or service. And don't worry about the amount of people that are seeing your ads. Just do it. Don't get
Honestly,
bogged down with numbers.
exactly. I mean, if you're looking to see how how many ads you have there, it means you don't have enough. Just keep posting ads. You can, like Rory said on Saturday, you can never have too many ads. Just,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, if you have 100 ads, you're just hitting the surface. Just post as much as you can. You know, whether you do a bunch in one day or do it, it's better to do a couple every day or 100 every day. But do what you can. The advertising your site is the most important thing you can do. I mean, obviously after building it, but advertising the site is what is going to get you Google AdSense, and advertising the site is really what's going to make you the money. So advertise. Don't stop advertising.
Right, and that's a good point. Remember, folks, if you don't have Google AdSense, that's what you're working towards. And the advertising and what Google wants to see are people going to your website. That's why we tell people that we're building websites with content, because content is what Google wants to see. If they see people come into your website when it's time for you to apply for Google AdSense, that's one of the things they're looking for. Okay. No duplicates, no plagiarism, but they want to also see people coming. That's why when you modify a page, advertise it. Modify another page, advertise it, and so on and so forth. Okay. So you're thinking about this in percentages. I mean, 50% could be marketing. 50% is modifying your pages. 25% is advertising, and the other 25% is also communicating BRTs and so forth to keep the circle going. But advertising is where you start, because if you get somebody that's interested in your product and they're on your website, while they're there, they can also see your employment category and they can check on that. And if they're looking for a job, they can check that out and they can contact you from that. So there you go. There's always multiple benefits from advertising and getting the people to your website. Thank you for being here, Rebecca. Okay. Anything else in the advertisement world that we haven't touched on yet? They're all great points. Thank you, Laurie. Thank you, Joel.
Thank
Anybody
you.
have
It
any
was a great
questions?
training. No, I think it was a great training, Tom. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, there's only so much you can say about advertising, but it is obviously a big part of your business.
Yeah.
So just get comfortable, like in anything you're doing. Just write it down first. See if it's something that you would be interested in looking at if you read it.
Yeah.
Read your own information, your own advertisement, and say, okay, it's just like when, like Rory, and we mentioned when you're doing the telephone calls, you want to smile all the time. And the way you can practice that is by looking in a mirror and smiling. I could never do that, but that's what I'm saying is practice doing that, and then it'll be natural Okay. With the advertisement, write it down, look at it and see if it's something that would attract you. And you're doing the writing, you're doing the advertising. So if it entices you to want to read more or go to your website, then there are other people just like you out there that it'll have the same effect.
Anthony, did you have a question? I saw you had your hand up. You took it away. Do you have?
It was just maybe some